With Prime Minister Narendra Modi arriving in Israel, the 20 years of wait for a mid-air tanker refueller of the Indian Air Force might come to an end. As per reports, during the visit, both countries are likely to sign an agreement that will see an Israeli government-owned partner with Hindustan Aeronautics Limited to convert 6 pre-owned Boeing 767 passenger aircraft into mid-air refueling tankers for the IAF. The deal is valued at approximately 8,000 crore rupees. The 767s would be acquired as used commercial airframes and converted into military tanker configuration, a practice that significantly reduces costs. A tanker aircraft extends the range, endurance, and combat radius of every other aircraft in the fleet. A fighter jet that would otherwise need to return to base after 45 minutes over a contested area can remain airborne for hours. So without tankers, an air force is operationally tethered to its airfields. With them, it becomes a genuinely power projection force, able to sustain operations far from home bases and to keep combat aircraft over a target area for far longer. This is not an abstract advantage. In a conflict scenario involving simultaneous threats on India's western and northern frontiers, the ability to surge and sustain air power across vast distances is the difference between a reactive and a proactive air force. The Indian Air Force has flagged the tanker shortfall for roughly 2 decades, and the gap has never been adequately filled through domestic means or timely procurement. India currently operates around 6 Ilyushin IL-78 tankers of Russian origin as part of its 78th Squadron. But the fleet is aging, availability rates have been inconsistent, and the numbers have never matched operational requirements. The IAF has at various points been forced to lease tanker aircraft, an arrangement that is expensive, operationally limiting, and strategically undignified for a force of India's size and ambition. The tanker program fell repeatedly to the back of the queue behind more visible acquisitions, fighter jets, helicopters, missile systems, even as the Air Force consistently flagged it as a critical gap. Israel Aerospace Industries, the likely Israeli partner given its ownership structure and track record, has extensive experience converting commercial wide-body aircraft into military tanker and multi-role platforms. IAI converted Boeing 707s for the Israeli Air Force decades ago and has since worked on multiple international tanker programs. The deal is structured not as a straightforward purchase but as a partnership, which means Indian engineers and technicians will be embedded in the conversion process. This serves the government's Make in India defense objectives and more substantively builds domestic capability in aircraft modification and systems integration, a skill set that has broader applications for India's long-term aerospace ambitions. The choice of the Boeing 767 as the base platform is pragmatic. The aircraft is widely available on the used commercial market as airlines retire them in favor of newer wide bodies, keeping acquisition costs manageable. It is a proven reliable airframe with well-understood maintenance requirements, and its size makes it suitable for the tanker role without the complexity of a purpose-built military design. 6 tankers will not transform the IAF overnight, but they will meaningfully change its operational calculus. The most immediate impact will be felt in extended maritime operations over the Indian Ocean, where India's strategic competition with China is intensifying. Tanker support allows P-8I maritime patrol aircraft and naval strike jets to sustain longer patrols, complicating the calculations of any adversary operating in the region. On the Western Front, tanker availability directly amplifies the combat effectiveness of the Rafale fleet. France's Air Force uses the Rafale extensively in tanker-supported strike configurations. India has not been able to fully replicate that operational model due to the tanker shortage. 6 additional platforms, even phased in over several years, will change that. The Modi-Israel visit is notable for occurring at a moment when India is recalibrating several of its defense partnerships, simultaneously deepening ties with Israel on technology and systems integration, engaging with the United States, and maintaining its traditional relationship with Russia, even as that relationship becomes more complicated. The tanker deal fits neatly into this multi-vector approach. It leverages Israeli engineering expertise, employs an American airframe, and strengthens HAL's capabilities, all in a single transaction.